Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. We do have a great card on the Friday, July the 1st, afternoon edition, Canada Day holiday, 9 races, 4 stakes races,
three starter races.
Yeah,
three
that's
of them
right, too.
because of
3 of them.
split, yeah.
That's right, too. We did get a split of the champion for the boys. But, yeah, 7 big races, plus 2, another 2 that are, competitive, but 9 thrillers. It's a great card that starts off at 150 on Friday afternoon.
Very good card. Should be, well, and we were just talking, actually, the pick 6 carryover.
23.
Almost 24.
Yeah, it's all in excess of 23. Yeah, it's almost 24,000. If you can be the lone winner, I guarantee you're going to take over 30 grand home. If you can be the one,
you should get a big, it should be lots of money in the pool on the holiday Friday, as you mentioned, and just a great card to try and take down that big pot.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. First race is a $8,000 equipment event. Non-winners of 3 lifetime for Colts and Geldings. Going a mile and a 16th. I took the big dropper here. I'm taking a shot on him. Brother Duster, who comes out of those optional 25s. He was stakes placed last year for Taylor Anderson and Ken Johnson. Now he drops in for $8,000. Didn't even stop at the $16,000 mark, right down to the $8,000 non-3 level. I went with him because of the drop. He's proven that he can go a distance in the past. Only got beat 2 lengths by Cats on Fire last year in the Stellars J, 3 lengths by Bluegrass Angus and the Chris Losef. So I like his distance races. This is going long. Good spot for Taylor to drop him in. I went with Brother Duster. I put Stone Ridge Ruler in the second spot. He's proven he can be tough going long last year, and I just like his race last time. I thought it was a monster effort behind Shoe Swap, and if he could show up with that effort again for Harold Barabee, he should be a handful. And Tucci, the other one I like. Could have had him on top. I picked him last time. Still only got beat a length and 3/4 in that same Stone Ridge Ruler race. It was only his second start of the year, and he is a horse that is going to relish going long. He broke his maiden for $25,000 with Russell Bays aboard going long down in the Bay Area. Those are the 3 for me. I went 2, 1, and 4.
Yeah, I went to Tucci. I think Tucci might get the lead in here, and I think this is what he wants to do, a mile and a 16th. His race actually last time was... he went without blinkers. He didn't run any better, didn't run any worse than he did first time out. But Shoe Swap's a pretty nice horse.
Yeah.
Shoe Swap is going to show up on Sunday in a $16,000 non-2, non-3, where he will likely be favored. And
he's going to take
Shoe
money,
Swap's a nice little horse that they, took advantage of him. Having some conditions, and the Gilkers do a good job of spotting their horses, and Tucci just ran into a horse that was a little too tough. But I think in here, I'd like Tucci to get to the front and play catch me if he can. He hasn't been able to get the lead sprinting, but I think he can get the lead going long, and I think that could be the key to his success. I put the 7-horse Distillery in for second. Goes blinkers off for Rob Gilker, who claimed it for 8, runs him back for 8, but this is at a conditional $8,000 race, so it's a little easier for Distillery. I think this horse is live in here as well. And I put the 5-horse Rosie's Notice in for third. Kind of bottled up on the inside behind a slow pace last time. Ended up coming back on just a miss against Wee Harry, but this is a tougher race. I put him in for third. I did leave Brother Duster out. That could have been a mistake. I can see the horse winning. I can see the horse running nowhere. He's a horse that needs some confidence. He's been getting beat up a bit in his last 3 or 4 starts. Likely will be the favorite. And just I wanted to shop around a little bit in the opener. I went 4, 7, and 5. In the Friday afternoon, first on the second race, the Supernatural. First of 4 stakes races on the program. Going to field the 5 3-year-old fillies here. Filly division's been a little light, but I know as we get closer to the Oaks, things will fill up a little bit. But field of 5 going a mile and a 16th. Snuggles has done nothing wrong. I see no reason to go against Snuggles.
Nice to see Theodore Clare come back into town, and these 2 hook up again after a great series between them.
Great Tracy's brought some more horses out too, and we obviously it's great to have him back in town.
Yes.
He has only run a few so far this spring, but Greg's got a van load of horses coming in, and Theodore Clare obviously last time something went amiss. She's a better filly than that. Yeah. She loves Hastings. She ran great last year. She was top 3-year-old filly, or 2-year-old filly, pardon me. And, she's going to give Snuggles everything she can, and we'll see how it works out. I just think Snuggles might be the better mile and a 16th horse.
And she's on form right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Theodore Clare's coming off a subpar effort. And I put the 3 Chianti. I mean, she's the up-and-comer. She's interesting. I wouldn't
be surprised to see her steal it.
This horse I wouldn't be surprised if things are a little dicey in the stretch and Chianti's still on the lead.
Yeah.
And things are getting a little alarming for Snuggles or anyone else. But I went 5, 4, 3.
I got the same horses. I don't have a whole lot to add. Snuggles, as you mentioned, she's done nothing wrong. She's the horse to beat in here. Theodore Clare, he's done nothing wrong at Hastings. You know, just that gets beat a 3/4 of a length in her first start and was unbeaten the rest of the year until Snuggles got her in the fantasy going long. So that leads me, again, we go long.
It's like
Snuggles
Joe Frazier and Muhammad
on top.
Ali. Like,
Exactly.
there's like a lot of these between Theodore Claire and Snuggles. This will be like
Took turns
rematch number
beating
6
each other
or
up,
5.
yeah.
I mean, it's like crazy. And these two are very nice. They're two gifted fillies, and it'll be fun to watch them again on Friday.
Absolutely. Those are my 1, 2, and I'm with you. I put Candy third, but I mean, Candy would not shock me to see her win this. I think she has the talent.
She's got the speed to get the lead.
She's gonna be on the
Snuggles
lead,
isn't going to
yeah.
go chase her.
No.
Theodore Claire might go chase her.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting, the tactics. And,
Chestnut Gold could try and go with her, but I don't think anybody can keep up
No,
with
the
her.
1 and 2 are probably not pace factors at all. Canty's pretty fast.
Yeah, she's
I don't
gonna be
know,
tough to catch.
She'll have a chance to win anyway. which is
Exactly.
good.
She's exactly.
If you like her.
You're going to have to pass her to
Correct.
land in the winner's
Correct.
circle. That's for sure. I got the same horse as Mike. 5, 4, 3 in the Supernatural. On to the third.
Starter
this is the
series.
first leg of the starter series. It did
Colts and
split, so it's
Geldings.
the first and the last, I believe.
Yeah, they won't split them again.
I went with Prince Hotel. I mean, what can you say?
Rockstar.
He's the horse to beat in this
Kicking
category.
right now.
That's for
Jody's
sure.
got her. I'm going.
He's just rolling. I mean, and he proved last time he doesn't need to lead. He came from off the lead last time, looked very comfortable doing it. I got Prince Hotel on top. It's going to take a handful to beat him. After that, there seems to be a bit of a drop off. I put Street Map in the second spot. I just looked for a horse. He just won a wide open $8,000 event. He's got 2 wins on the season and a third. The third, he only got beat a neck. John Snow's having a very good year, and this horse is on form. So I threw him in the second spot, and I put Step Up for the money. This horse has a back class, and off of that win for $62.50, he could take a step forward because he does have that back class. So that could get him going in the right direction. I threw him in for a shot in the third spot, but Prince Hotel, definitely, I think him and Pretty Reckless are my 2 best bets of the day in their respected starter series. I got Prince Hotel on top, 4, 1, and 7.
Yeah, I agree. Prince Hotel is a single. I mean, if this horse loses, I don't know who it's going to lose to, but I mean, this horse is going to have to fall on his head leaving the gate or something to
Something
lose.
bad is gonna have
this
to happen,
horse
yeah.
is miles the best. It's going to get the lead. Richard's going to get a 23 opening. I can see a 23 opening
Yeah.
quarter in this race. That's what that's
Come catch him
crazy.
now, yeah.
But Prince Hotel can do anything. He's a pretty cool horse. They got away with getting him eligible, and as I mentioned, Jody's done a great job for the Tigers, and Prince Hotel is going to be very tough to beat. But the 8 Proxy Man, I don't mind this horse for second. Jeff got along with this horse very well last year. He's a horse that he has speed, and it looks like there's no speed. I think Prince Hotel gets the lead. Proxy Man comes from the outside, sits on him. They can kind of follow themselves around the track. I think a 4-8 Exactor is not out of the realm, in here. So I went 4-8, and I put the 2 horse Lauren 500. I always like this horse.
He's a cool
lean
boy,
on
yeah.
him. The field's a little smaller this
Saw a
time.
couple 10-year-olds win last weekend, so
Bear Rock and Roll and
Senior Rojo.
Senior Rojo, 11-year-old and the 10-year-old.
Yeah,
they're
so
all,
maybe the Thorn 500's turn.
they're drinking from the fountain of youth, and maybe Lauren 500 can sip on that too. But he's a cool horse that could definitely be in the mix. But Prince Hotel's tough.
Yeah.
4-8-2 for me in the first leg of the starter series. On to race number 4, optional $25,000 claimer for older horses going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to take a shot on the 6 horse, Captain Jones, in here. He's a horse that ran against some pretty tough maidens last year. He seems like a horse that got behind the 8 ball, wasn't, developing fast enough, and he ended up towards the end of the year getting better. One of them late bloomers that I just have some interest in him. He won very easily in his first up this year. I know it was against nothing. I mean, it was not a tough race, and he's getting in against horses that are far more seasoned, but there isn't any speed in this race. I don't see a pile of it. It's finally Friday, came from off it last time. Doesn't really need the lead. Richter Red hasn't been flashing his usual good stuff. Taylor's Deal, you got question marks here. I mean, he's a cool old horse, has a lot of back class, but what do you do with him? And then the inside horses, Mighty Fraser, Burrard, Breeze, and Heartset. None of them are particularly swift out of there, and I just think Captain Jones can maybe from the outside draw get out there. I'm going to try him. Reyes is riding great. I tried him over the 7 Richter Red. And the 5, it's finally Friday. I went 6, 7, 5.
I did go to Taylor's deal. He's got the back class.
He's a
and
cool horse. I know.
Pretty cool horse. He shows up to run, and he's got those 2 works, both in 59. 59 flat, and then last time another bullet in 59 and 2. He's on his toes. He doesn't
He's
run
obviously
very
not
often.
the same horse
He's
he
not
was,
the same
but he
horse.
still can.
But
can
when he
kick,
runs,
you know.
he shows up, and I don't want to leave him out. I got Taylor Steele on top of your other 2, Richter Red, and it's finally Friday. I put it's finally Friday in the second spot, a recent claim by Harold Barabee. He's coming off a more progressed race than Richter Red, who obviously something went off the rails last time. That was back in 15th of May. He hasn't been back to the races since. An 8th place finish behind Crackdown and Shooting Jacket, but this is a softer spot. I got him in the 3rd spot. I went 4, 5, and 7.
I just thought a lot of these horses have resumes that aren't. They're great resumes, former resumes, but they're just not as good as they used to be. And it might be an opportunity for an up-and-coming horse like Captain Jones. That's the only reason I'm going there. I may be totally off base, which I've been often, but I mean this. I don't know, just a race that is screaming out for maybe a long shot and just something to jump up and maybe win.
Try and get a long shot in your pick 6 ticket there. On to the 5th. This is the girls' turn for the starter series. 10 of them line up, going 6.5 furlongs. Again, best bet of the day, Pretty Reckless. Her and Prince Hotel. I think those 2 are locks. She is just absolutely destroying the field. Mike Anderson did a good job of getting her eligible in her first race this year for 62.50. Won by 5 that day, or 4, sorry. Comes back, wins a 16. Fits this condition. I mean, just like Breaking Sticks last time, she did it easy. Blended, who ran won the other heat last time. Now they're in the same race, and Blended is the other tough one, but I don't think she can hold a candle to Pretty Reckless. But I think she's still the best of the rest. So I got her in the 2nd spot, and after that, take your pick. Ariki Princess has won 2 in a row. Rachel Run, I dig that. I'm a Diva 2 ran 2nd at Pretty Reckless last time, but I landed on Shayla's Rose for Teddy Hurt. She's won 4 in a row.
Teddy's done a great job with her.
Girls can get good, right? And she won first out of the box this year, and making it 4 in a row for her. And when the mares start on a winning streak, they can go up the ladder. I got her in the 3rd spot, but I definitely think it's Pretty Reckless, then Blended, then somebody to line out your triactor, and I put Shayla's Rose in.
I think you nailed it. Pretty Reckless is the horse to beat. I mean, this is just a horse that got eligible and is miles the best against miles the best. And Blended is miles the best second. It looks to me on paper. I went 5, 4, and I agree with your top 2, and I put the 9 horse. I'm a Diva 2, who will maybe scare them going a mile on the 16th. 6.5 still is a little abrupt for her. But when things get a little more interesting at a mile on the 16th, which the next race is a mile on the 16th in the starter series, I'm a Diva 2 is going to be pretty dangerous. So, but I did go 5, 4, and 2. I agree. Pretty Reckless, one of the best bets of the day. On to the 6th race, starting your late pick 4. This is the Monashee for fillies and mares, going a mile on the 16th. Field of 7 signed on. I'm going to go to the 3, Touching Promise. She finally gets out to her best distance. She's facing a lot of sprinters. Avadiva, Macho Babe, Arabella's Muse can route, but I mean, most of them are better. They're better horses sprinting, whereas Touching Promise form has been muddied up sprinting, and she's finally going to get to stretch her legs. She might even, I don't know how positionally where she'll be. But I think Touching Promise deserves respect in here. I put the 7 horse Arabella's Muse, who's always dangerous. Didn't break as well, which concerned me. Didn't break great last time, and kind of was left with a lot to do, but she still ran very well. She came on and overcame a lot of adversity to just miss. And I put the 1 horse Majestic Presence, who I think is another one that is
going to go
best at the distance. I've left off Avadiva. I've left off Macho Babe. I left off a lot of horses here who I do think are better at 6.5, and that's the only thing. Maybe they will progress and go long. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I went 3, 7, and 1. I like Touching Promise a lot in here.
I put Arabella's Muse in, just gets beat a half length last time, and the horses get beat, and she was on a roll before then. She'd won 4 or 5 in a row. Just gets beat a half length last time. I got her on top. Avadiva's a nose from being 3 for 3 this year. Can she go long? It's a test for her. It's a test for her. But I mean, she's just on form right now, and I'm going to stick with her. I put her in the 2nd spot. And Macho Babe, Another one, can she go long? She's only run 4 times in her life.
She's only a half a length off from being undefeated.
But
She's
an
another
impressive
one.
race last time. Was setting all the fractions, 21-4, 45 and change, and was still right there at the wire. She's a macho uno, so she should be able to carry a long ways. I think with a lot of upside, just 4 races under her belt. This lightly raced 4-year-old. I threw her in for third with Rico Walcott in to ride her.
But
I
a
went
good race.
7,
A
4,
good
and
race.
5. It is a good
It's
race.
a nice, renewal of the Monty.
That is a interesting race. And now the boys' turn. The
another
Lieutenant Governors.
interesting dash.
Another interesting
Not
race.
dash, but it's a mile and 16.
And we got 11 lined up here.
Full gate.
So without a doubt, I'm leaving off some nice horses here. I went with Modern. He's proven he can win going long in the past. He's the champion right now. You have to knock him off his perch. He got easy fractions last time, but he's proven he can go fast and still do it. Until he gets beat, he's my horse. I'm taking Modern. On top of Highway Boss, I think this guy has been crying out for more distance. He finally gets to go long. He's just been in a ball, running down the lane, trying to find room and everything like that.
Modern's been getting things way too easy.
Yeah, there's just
It's
nothing
been
for him to run at. But
embarrassing
the race 2 back, but they went a
stakes
little bit
horses
quicker,
have been
going
getting
6.5. When they went in 16-3, he was flying late. Only got beat a length and 3/4. It was absolutely rolling. He runs like a horse to me that is going to like to go long. And his races at Santa Anita going long, those are tough races, and he wasn't disgraced. So I put him in the 2nd spot. And in the 3rd spot, I went down to the rail, Sabado Alegre, the one out of Craig McPherson's barn. I had him picked 2nd last time. He ran 3rd behind Crackdown and Modern. Nothing changed. They just all went around there in a line. Right. But he's got a lot of talent, and I'm going to throw him in. I didn't want to leave him off the ticket. But I've left out some nice horses. I went 8, 10, and 1.
I just see more pace in here. I don't know. Maybe Modern's going to get a 24, 48 and have a party again. But I just see more action in here with Sabato Alegre, Midnight Papa, Crackdown, Cedarburg. There has to be a pace.
There's got to be, doesn't there? That's what we thought last time with Crackdown. Nothing
Crackdown
happened.
didn't break. And
just watched them.
Modern got 22 and 4. I mean, are you kidding me? In a sprint, 22 and 4.
Easy.
That was the slowest fraction of the day, first quarter. Like $4,000 horses didn't go that slow.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course he ran away and hid and looked like he's full of run. But I just think things are going to get a little busier. I'm going to try the 5 Shooting Jacket. Liked his run. At least he's got a route race. A lot of most of these horses don't have a mile 16th race under their belt, but Shooting Jacket hasn't missed a dance. And he got beat by Sabato Alegre, he got beat by Crackdown, got beat by Modern, but he hasn't been embarrassed in any of them.
No, he
But
hasn't.
now they're on his turf.
Yeah, they're
mile
going
16th.
long. And he's got a really nice work coming into this, 22nd of June and 59.
He's a nice horse, Shooting Jacket. And I just see a lot of pace on Shooting Jacket. I'm going to try him over Modern, and the 10 Highway Boss. I agree. Highway Boss going to get a good pace to run that too.
Yeah.
He's kind of the mirror Shooting Jacket's form. They're both kind of the same. They've been running great, they've been
running good in sprints, yeah.
Their form is okay in sprints because, but the fractions have gotten them beaten. But going along now, they're going to be interesting. So Highway Boss wouldn't shock me to win it either. But this is a good race. Sabato Alegre, I've left him out. He's a cool horse, square dancer. I don't know where he's at in his career right now. But I mean, he's a horse that can rebound at the trip because he hasn't routed.
I like Amadeo Perez on him. I think Perez will suit him.
He'll be last.
Yeah.
But he's a cool horse. Don't hold me back. It's not Crackdown, distance limitations. Cedarburg, same thing. Uncle Willard. He only got beat a bit by Shooting Jacket. He's not out of the realm of possibility.
And Brass and Gold.
And Brass and Gold's a cool horse
He is
too,
a
but
cool
he
horse.
drew so poorly. I don't know what kind of trip he's going to get, but
I like a Rojo aboard. He'll get him a good trip.
But I went 5. I'm going to go Shooting Jacket. I went 5, 8, and 10 in the Lieutenant Governors. On the race number 8, this is the Chris Lowe set, the Hall of Fame jockey that won over 3,500 races at Hastings. Field of 8 3-year-olds going the mile and a tick distance. I got to the one, Lord Vancouver.
In honor of Chris Loseth, you take a speed horse.
Yes, of course. Yeah, put him right on the lead. Come on.
Come beat
Chris
me.
was on him. But a horse that I thought ran really well in his last race.
Yeah, big
First
race.
comebacker, not so good. His best races in Phoenix were going long. He's speed. He can run long. I don't see any speed in here other than BC Charlie.
Yeah.
Can BC Charlie really afford to go crazy on the head end and hang around. I just see Crazy Profit off the pace, Showbiz off the pace, Opportunistic off the pace, Silvertown tracking, Stance in Command last early, good as they get, not speed. I just see Lord of Vancouver really getting a good opportunity. This is a good race, the way the race was drawn post position wise, where Lord Vancouver can maybe get a good chance to win a stake race, and that's why I'm going to lean on him. He's going to be 15-1, but that's okay. I mean, he's a horse that wasn't embarrassed.
Mike might have the only pick 6 ticket on Saturday.
But Lord Vancouver is really interesting to me, and I'm going to try him to defeat Silvertown, who I thought ran great in his Hastings
Big race,
his first race back. Encountered some trouble on the turn, but I probably better going a mile to 16th. We'll see, but
I like the fact
he'll get overbet. He'll be 8-5.
I like the fact he's got a race over the course now.
That is, you're right. That's a big key. That was his first race off the van ride, and that's always the toughest. And I put the 6 Opportunistic in the mix too. He's the one that's come into town. I left out Stands in Command, which could be a huge mistake. Rob's. I love watching Rob Scott win races. This guy's been in the business a long time. Tries to do a lot for horse racing.
He's the happiest guy in the winter.
Well, he tries to do a lot for horse racing as well.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that just sits there on his laurels and just pays the bills and he's trying to make racing do well. With the city of Vancouver, he's really helping a lot in horse racing. And I'd love to see Stan. I'm sorry, Rob, I didn't pick the horse to win, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see him when he does everything you ever ask of him. Stands in Command is a cool horse. 156 though. I'm gonna try Lord Vancouver.
I'll make up for it. I'm picking Stands in Command.
There you go. Good.
Hamill just absolutely suits this horse to a T.
Hamill's given this horse so many good rides.
Oh man, that one last time
was
super impressive.
And Richard's been riding him.
Just a great race last time.
And David did last year.
He only had the one race going long last year, and it was after he's a 2-year-old, and it was his 4th start. He'd had a pretty good campaign. I'm throwing that one out. He runs like a horse who's going to like to go long. So I got Stands in Command on top. For me, the race goes through him. He's done everything right so far this year. I got Silvertown in second, as you mentioned. He's got one over the course now. He could rebound with a nice big effort. Swift Thoroughbreds, of course, having a great meet.
Winning at every stage.
Doing a lot of interviews with the Swift Thoroughbred teams. Silvertown.
Kind of front and center.
We're tight. Silvertown, I put him in the second spot. Wouldn't be surprised to see him rebound with a big effort, going long. He's got the out now. And Opportunistic, this is the interesting horse for me. He's coming up out of California, broke his maiden for $75,000 down there. Tried a stake, only got beat 10 lengths. Historically, those stakes at Santa Anita are a little tougher than Hastings, so this is a softer spot for him. Comes out of the top barn, Jerry Hollendorfer down there, David Lopez. Great to see Dave back in the tack here at Hastings. I got him in the 3rd spot. 1, 4, 5, and 6. Right in the line for me, 4, 5, and 6. In the Chris Loseth. And on to the nightcap, the other half of the starter series. 4 boys, 8 of them in here. I went to the 6 Sir Barclay. I thought a very good second effort.
It was a big race.
Effort behind Prince Hotel. He ran into the monster last time.
He's the top horse in the starter series, Prince Hotel.
Oh, Prince Hotel is like.
And this horse was.
He gave him a lot. He still only got beat a length and a half by Prince Hotel. For me, Sir Barclay is the best in the last race. I put Citron Kid. He wasn't far back. Sir Barclay only beat him ahead last time. But I like Sir Barclay's running style a little bit better than Citron Kid. He's going to be closer to the pace, going to be able to control the race a little bit more. I got Citron Kid in the 2nd spot. And I threw Western Heritage for trainer Greg Tacey in the 3rd spot. I don't know where he fits in here, but his buyers look decent, and Greg Tracy's brought out some horses. Him and Don Denard have a lot of success. He's not bringing this guy out just for fun. He's in a Fleet Alex. I give him a shot. You can never count out Rico Walcott either. I went 6, 2, and 1.
I agree with the 6. Sir Barclay is definitely the horse to beat in here. A big debut at Hastings. I know the horse been running in California, but that was a huge debut. Ran into a super sharp horse. It's really good, Prince Hotel. Yeah. So I mean, you run second in 16 and change. That's pretty solid. I put the 4 horse Ganby. I think Mel did a great job. Mel he's had a great season so far, and he does a great job of assessing his horses. Ganby to me looks like a road horse. Yeah. And Mel realizes, maybe at this elderly age, this horse wants to make one run sprinting. His 2 sprints were really good this spring, and there's a lot of speed in here. You got Western Heritage, Leo's in the house, Samelkameen Joey, Sir Barclay, Lassie's a reward.
Prince B's Herb, he's shown speed in the past.
There's going to be a pace. Yeah. And Ganby could, make one of those off-the-pace runs weaving through the field. like Silvino Morales rides so good.
Like
He
we saw
rode
in
him
that first
great.
race where he comes from ninth.
This
and
horse is
won,
lying.
won by 4.
I don't think you can leave Gandy out.
No,
He's
cool
going to be
old
like
horse.
8 to 1.
Another 10-year-olds.
No, hey, it's the elderly. It's senior citizen month. And for third, I agree with Citron Kid. This horse, another one, come from off the pace, take advantage of
He's been
some
running big
fractions.
races. Yeah.
I went 6, 4, and 2 to close out the Friday afternoon Canada Day program. That'll do it for our analysis of the program. Up next on screen is our, there we go.
Picks. Mike, as always, you're up
Picks
first.
are back in race number 1. I did go to the 4-horse, Tucci, for 7 and 5 in this Friday opener. Race number 2, I went to the 5, Snuggles. Over the 4, Cito Eclair, and the 3, Chianti. Third race, went to the 4, Prince Hotel, 4-8-2 for me in the third. Race number 4, and take a shot on the 6, Captain Jones, 6, 7, and 5. Race number 5, the 5, Pretty Reckless. One of the better bets of the day, it looks like. 5, 4, and 9. Race number 6, the sort of late pick 4. I'm going to go to the 3, Touching Promise, over the 7, Arabella's Muse, and the 1, Majestic Presence. Race number 7, this is the Lieutenant Governor's Shooting Jacket for me, the 5-horse, over the 8, Modern, and the 10, Highway to Boss. The 8th race, the Chris Loseth, number 1, Lord Vancouver, 1, 5, and 6 in the Chris Loseth, and in the 9th and final, the second leg of the starter series for Colts and Geldings. I went to the 6, Sir Barkley. I went 6, 4, and 2. On to Drew's picks.
There we go. In the first, I went to the 2, Brother Duster, over the 1 and the 4. In the second, I went to the 5, the Philly Stake. I went to the 5, Snuggles, over the 4, Cito Eclair, and the 3, Chianti. In the third, first end of the starter series, I went to the 4, Prince Hotel. I got co-best bets of the day today. Prince Hotel is one of them, 4-1-7. In the fourth, the old boy, number 4, Taylor's Deal, over the 5 and the 7. In the girls' end, this is my other best bet, number 5, Pretty Reckless, over the 4 and the 10. In the mare's stake, I went to the 7, Arabella's Muse, over the 4 and the 5. In the boys' stake, the 7th, I went to Modern, over the 10 and the 1. And in the 3-year-old boys, the 8th race, I went to the 4, Stands in Command, over the 5, Silvertown, the 6, Opportunistic. And in the nightcap, the other half of the starter series, I went to the 6, Sir Barkley, over the 2 and the 1.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to the Canada Day edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. Don't forget, no racing Saturday, July the 2nd. Well, simulcasting, but
Be back at it on
out.
Sunday.
Do come on out to the Derby Bar and Grill for some simulcasting. But, excuse me, our next live card will be Sunday, July the 3rd, 8 races on tap.
And do your homework. Third race, the pick 6 starts.
Pick 6 starts.
About 24,000, like Mike said, probably give it up in the $30,000 range, and what a card.
Actually, 4th race.
do it
Third,
on.
4th race.
Start on the 4th
4
race?
through 9. We got
Right.
9 of them on Friday.
9.
I know.
Correct.
I know. I did that last week. I made the same
Yes.
little, but 4 through 9. It's $23,900. 20-cent wager. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to get a ticket. They maybe get you a lot of dough.
yeah.
30 grand. Probably definitely be over 30 grand if you are the lone winner in
Yeah.
the Sea to Sky at Pick 6. Well, thanks everyone once again for tuning in. On behalf of Drew, we'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.